I hope everybody's. Well, hello all.
Yes. But if we say, oh, then there's no reason for them to pay us.
Well, the advantage of going on site and actually getting to see clients or prospects,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't make it back when you think you will. Oh.
Larger scale and more tools, but outreach is really. I think
So Dwayne, who is the presenter today?
Oh, I need to look.
I think it's David Curtis.
Yes, yeah, I believe it is. But I'll still look.
David Curtis. David, there he is. A co-host.
Thank you,
So
Robert.
sorry for the scare, everybody. I was running a little bit late today. I do try to have it up about 10 minutes early normally, and we'll continue that trend. But on the positive side, because of my speaking engagements at Rotary and other places, I actually had somebody call me and come out, and it sounds like I may be picking up a new client.
Excellent.
So I'm just not exactly sure where he heard me speak because he's thinking that was at the University of Utah. So, but he could recall the what I was talking about very clearly. So he did go to one of my things, but it was not at the University of Utah.
According to the list, we have 2 presenters today. David Curtis has the first 15, and Phyllis Washington has the second 15.
Well, I have made a whole bunch of people co-host.
Cool. Sorry if my eyes look a little puffy. I just got through watching a video that was very touching.
And yes, Becky, that is because I am late.
Oh, Paulette did make it. Hey, Paulette, how you doing? I'll introduce you here in just a few minutes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're going to start here. Let's see. 05. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Since we had trouble starting up.
So do we have a catering person in our group?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm actually courting one right now, as I said in the email, trying to get McAllister's Deli to come in with us. And
yeah, I think I remember that. So
they have awesome food, and they do all kinds. Their menu is extremely varied and very healthy, so it's a good choice.
Robert, we have one in our club. What are you looking for?
oh, I was just wondering if somebody had given me one that was in another leads group, simply Devon Catering.
She's in the Tuesday
correct.
group. Yeah.
Well, somebody was kind enough to win a catering thing and gave it to me. So I had their dinner last night. I've never had a homemade Salisbury steak, and it was actually pretty good.
She is excellent caterer.
So
she has she's the caterer for affiliated bank. No, not affiliated. Pinnacle Bank and Robert Jack Webb.
okay.
Jones up there at the bank. And
We had tacos a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And she's got a dip that just I had to keep going back for. She will be the caterer at our various open houses when we move.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Dawood, how you doing?
So what I'm saying right now is that usually they have.
Doing great.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. And then you're saying that has not happened. Like we don't.
Hey, Becky, what are those signs behind you for? You're on mute.
On mute.
Um, oh, are you talking about this for the clay shoot?
Yeah, I've never seen one of those.
I know, Robert, you should really be interested in this because our clay shoot was in May and we've been able to move it to October 25th, which is going to be a Sunday. I'm sure we're going to be able to have this one because it's outdoors. Even if we're going to find a way to spread everybody out. It's at Defender Outdoors, a great time. We have sponsorships available for each shooting station and also other levels of sponsorships. We usually have about 220 business leaders and community leaders who come out there. It's a great time to get to know them and visit with them and support environmental education at River Legacy.
Thank you. I'm glad I asked.
I have one right here. Guess that's my 30 seconds.
Oh, no, you'll get to go again. I saw him in the background over there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And everybody let me know if you want to have one of these on your desk. Ooh.
Well, if you want one on your desk, I will volunteer to deliver at least 10 of them. So tell Becky the list and I'll come bring them to you. Even though
Bring one
Becky is a
to
whole
my
lot better
office.
than I am.
Robert,
Okay, I'll bring you one.
Yay.
and applications.
We can do that.
We can happily do that. Thank you.
And for those of you who do not know, I am on the board of River Legacy, so I kind of set that up.
Braggart.
So shameless plug. And if you haven't been to River Legacy, you should really stop by because they are now open.
I'll close it.
We're a partial open. So we're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Our usual hours 9 to 5, but just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we are cleaning like crazy around here. And masks are required.
I'm stealing our index. I'll bring you some more tomorrow.
Okay, I'm ready, Becky. Hey, Joni, where are those boxes located that I can come get?
I think we have them at our Matlock location. If there's any left, they've been going like wildfire.
Totally
Let me
understand.
check to see if there's any left.
Okay, we don't need very many. Tell you what, we've stalled long enough for anybody, any latecomers that are coming in. It's not a huge group well, it's been dwindling. As I said in the email, that's why we really would like to get meeting back in person, obviously doing it the right way, social distancing and all. The email I sent out, a survey, I got about response from about a third of the group. And it's pretty well split between some want to go ahead and try the Arlington Board of Realtors location or 1010 Collins. A third, they could come and go with it. And then a third said because of the risk to themselves or family members, they're going to continue doing everything by remote. So that's totally understandable as well. And of those that said they would like to come and visit at the Board of Realtors or 1010 Collins, about half said they liked the idea of having a box lunch there. So we'll get working on that. Hopefully in August we'll be able to get something going and start getting this back in person if we can. Whether we'll be able to have a hybrid meeting where we have Zoom available at the meeting itself, that's really up in the air. The chamber is really not real wild about that idea, but we're trying to navigate through some of those ideas, and we'll see what happens. An idea that came out was that we could have a in-person meeting and a Zoom meeting separate and apart. Those that can't go out on out in the crowds and all, or choose not to, either way, they could still have a Zoom meeting with themselves. Not sure how well that would work, but we'll see. Well, I'd like to introduce everyone to Paulette Tudor. Paulette's the new, I think it's Executive Director of Leadership Arlington. I believe that's your title.
Yes, sir.
And she asked to come visit our group. So we're going to let her start off with her 30-second commercial, in which will probably go more into a minute, I'm sure. But, she's our guest, and let's welcome her.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you. So I'm a newly.
I can't see you guys, but the main thing, you know, being a coach, we need participation. And so I'm going to ask for your participation today. So what I'd like to do is, this is a little game. I don't know if you can see these deck of cards, but it's a card deck with different questions. So, excuse me. So questions that you can ask yourself. It's, you know, I think the quality of your life is based on the quality of your questions. So this is a great time to ask yourself some important questions. And so I want you to take a look at the list here, and I'll give you an example. I'll go first and see what speaks to you, so that, you know, maybe I would love to get your response. Otherwise, this will be a really short presentation on something that comes to mind for you about this. And so you can take this and think about it after the meeting, or if you want to have a more in-depth conversation about it, I'd be happy to do that for you. So the first one that I want to select to talk about, I'm just going to make it short and quick. One of the most important questions right now for me was, what's something that, I don't know if you can see the whole screen. Okay, my question that I want to respond to is, what can you do that you could not do a year ago? So what I couldn't do a year ago, or what I wasn't doing a year ago, was posting on LinkedIn. So I started that out to increase my content out there on LinkedIn. And so I'm really excited about that. It's been really fun, really challenging, learning a lot. So that's my response. So I'd love to hear from someone to see what might speak to them. And I'm going to hush and give the floor to you. I can't see you, so, okay, there we go. I got some.
I'll go, Coach Phil. This is David Curtis.
Oh, great, David. Go ahead.
So what would you do if you were not afraid? I'll do that question. So I am more of an introvert than an extrovert. And I know that might surprise some folks being in HR, but for me, I would be able to, or more easily, do my marketing, cold calling, just going up at networking events, talking to people. That's really hard for me. So that would be something I would do more if I was not as afraid.
I'll go next, Coach.
Wow. Love that, David. And that, you see how important that is for the growth. Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Hold one sec.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind today you to put that out on the table. And you see how important that is for the growth of your business, not only for your business, but yourself, and building your confidence in the great response. Thank you. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Well, it should come as no surprise to a lot of people. If money was not an issue, how would I?
Is that Dwayne?
Am I there? Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
If money was not an issue, how would I spend my time? Well, quite frankly, I'd be spending it over in Normandy, France, teaching people the history of what happened in June of 1944. We're losing those soldiers every day by the hundreds. That history is going away, and eventually we're not going to have the people that were there back then. So I want to keep that history alive.
Wow, Wayne, that's amazing. That's really important to your life, and and how you just do a great job of showing that and expressing that to others. So you see, that's really something important for you. And maybe one day you'll get an opportunity to do that. I'll be who's next?
Phyllis, we're having some
Thank
audio
you.
issues on your end. Not sure what's causing
Come on,
it.
guys.
You're breaking out. But let's get some other people to jump in.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I'll go next. So I'll take what makes you lose track of time. And I would say for me, what makes me lose track of time is whenever I'm in the backyard on the grill barbecuing. If I'm working on a brisket or some ribs, and it was funny because I was in Maryland and Paulette left out this. I was torturing our retreat virtually by cooking some ribs and everything. And my sister-in-law, they were like, it takes this amount of time to cook ribs. They're like, oh, I can never do that. I can never. I'm like, this is no problem for me in terms of, I enjoy doing this. It's like time just goes away, doing that whenever I'm on a grill, just grilling away.
Oh, wow. That will, it's been a long time since I've had some good ribs, so I think I'm going to come over the next time you barbecue.
Me too.
That's awesome. It's really great to see your passion. I know you're very passionate about cooking and especially barbecuing, and it just inspires others to look for their passions and to spend time doing those things. Cool. Thank you, sir. Who's next? We got one more time for one more, I believe.
Go.
Okay, Amanda, go ahead. Oh, Becky.
Okay. What is something new you recently tried and loved? A year ago, I switched jobs, and I truly love my job now because now I have time for my family. So before I was work, and that was the priority that I had. And now I can step back and say, wow, I really love the idea that I did what I did.
Wow, Amanda, that's really cool. It's really great to hear someone say, I love what I do every day.
Yes.
And, that inspires others to say, ask the question, do I really love what I do? And the fact that you spend more time with your family, that's really important to you. And that's even better and just well worth the change. So even though that change may have been really big for you, it turned out to be very valuable and important for you and your family. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I think Becky had her hand up.
I say keep going, Coach Phil. I'm really enjoying listening to everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay, Becky, I'm gonna see if I can see your face here.
Okay. The one the question that says, how are you making a difference in this world? I am a Boy Scout master for a troop with intellectual disabilities. And I've learned another question, I've learned how to do Zoom meetings and Facebook Live with them. But just to see that because their worlds have become so small, just how important Scouting is to them and the difference it makes for so many people building character. But I just love that I get to be part of that. And they have gotten people to buy and donate Scout Saver cards, and we're going to be giving those to first responders. And they're so excited about giving back and helping people. It just makes me see if the world, we just could put those ripples out there, how much better the world would be.
Wow, Becky, I could just feel that passion, and just I mean I'm teary-eyed now just listening to how much that means to you, and the impact of just making a difference on those children, and how that they can give back. It's just this circle kind of inspiration, connection. I just applaud you for being a part of that and just sharing your wonderful self with those kids, and they can do the same back to you. Thank you. Okay.
I'll go.
Is that? Oh, who is that?
Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer. Let me get so I can see you. There you go.
The question that sticks out to me is, what is a defining moment in your life and how did it impact you? For me, it was when I was 18 and I moved from Georgia to California by myself and had no job, and I just knew I wanted to be there. And how it impacted me is it made me stronger because I had to really be resourceful and learn how to immediately like look for jobs, and I had to find places. So when I was 18, so it really made me strong, and it really made me see that I can do anything I want if I put my mind to it. You just got to be resourceful.
Wow. You know, Jennifer, those defining moments are really, really important for us to pay attention to because they change our life. And not only that is the fact that it's something that you can always link back to when you're doing that next big thing. Okay. And so you're like, hey, I did it over here. I can do it again. So it's a great foundational place to stand on to take that next big leap. And I congratulate you for doing that. That's really scary to move to another state and not know anybody and progress from there. So kudos to you. Excellent. Okay. Anybody else? David, you ready?
I'm ready. If nobody else
Okay.
is,
So I just want to say thank you to everybody. That was really fun. I always love to do something where people can participate. And I hope that it was valuable and inspiring to you. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, David Curtis. Oh, Coach, while you're at it, go ahead and unshare your screen
Oh,
so David
okay.
can get his up. And there we go. David Curtis, you got about 10 minutes.
all right, we'll get through this as quick as possible. So something I put together yesterday. So how to keep your employees engaged, healthy, and safe during COVID-19. And, you know, this year has been such a crazy year, and I know a lot of business owners are worried about their employees, worried about their business. So got a few tips on how to keep them engaged, healthy, and safe. You've probably heard a little bit on that, but the majority of the presentation is just keeping them engaged. And to start, here a little humor. What if, I know this sounds kooky, we communicated with the employees? Communication is key in keeping your employees engaged. If they don't know what's going on, what's happening, they get scared, they lose interest, they wonder what's going to happen with their job. So, make sure you keep the communication flowing with your employees. So let's start with what is in employee engagement. Well, the long wordy definition, a psychological state in which an employee feels a vested interest in the company's success and are both willing and motivated to perform to levels that exceed stated job expectations. To put it simply, it's when an employee wants to give 110% for the company without being told they have to do it. They want to do it themselves. So that's engagement. So, what does engagement look like? Well, 37% lower absenteeism, 48% fewer safety incidents, 41% fewer quality defects, 87% less likely to leave, 18% higher productivity, and 71% higher engagement when managers utilize employees' strengths. All right, that sends a big message on why you want to have your employees engaged, but the challenge is only about 29% of your employees are engaged. And the majority of your employees are either not engaged, and then you got some that are actively disengaged, rowing the boat the other way. So you really want to ensure that you're keeping that 29% engaged and try and get some of that 52% engaged more than what they are. So keeping employees engaged, keep the communication flowing. And now, if you're working remotely or virtually, it's even more important to keep messages flowing with your team, having virtual lunches to keep employees connected so they don't feel like they're being disconnected from the team. Practice empathy and try and gain an understanding of your employees' perspective. Try and figure out what's going on in their lives. Do they have high risk parents or children, family members that they're having to take care of? Are they, watching their young child since daycares are closed, or they don't want to put their child back in daycare because of the high risk of daycares? Make sure they have everything they need to do their job, especially if they're working from home. Some employees, if they're having to work from home and they have to transfer a lot of data through their internet, they may have data caps on their internet. So you may need to see if you can, maybe throw some extra money so they can upgrade their internet, or make sure they have paper or a printer or whatever they need to do. Dwayne, you need something?
How do you ensure that people are actually going to be working off-site?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, some managers are having them do logs of their work. At the end of the day, they send in, all right, I sent 50 emails, I created these 10 things, whatever the job is. I was talking with somebody and she has to provide a work log every week, and it's kind of ridiculous for this one person because she's the top performer in the group, and they implemented this work log thing because of a low performer in the group that didn't. So you want to be careful on what you do implement, because it could disengage high performers that you do trust. So, that's one thing, the work log. The other thing is just having a, daily little checkup call with them. If it's in the afternoon or first thing in the morning, hey, how things are going? Do you have everything you need? What challenges are you seeing? Just to stay connected with your employees. Then you can, kind of check in, see what they're doing. So great question, Dwayne. And then the last thing, ensure your benefits and policies contain flexibility so employees can take care of their needs. You go back to the example of where the, a person is having to take care of their child. Maybe it's better for them to be able to work, midday through the evening, if your company can allow it, knowing, some jobs and stuff, have specific times that they can work. But if your company can allow flexibility in time, or days that they can work and still be able to get their job done, try and take advantage of that and allow your employees that flexibility. The more you're able to help them out, the more they're going to give back to you. So, that's the engaged part. If you do have employees coming into the office, you as a business owner have a requirement to provide as safe of a workplace as possible per OSHA. So you can implement policies on wearing masks if there's no social distancing. You can take temperature screenings, social distancing, spread out the desk. If you can, do virtual work, stagger work time. So, have some people come in earlier and a little bit later, so everybody's not coming in right at 8 o'clock. If you do take temperature screenings or taking medical, doing a medical questionnaire, those need to be kept private since they're medical records. And if you're taking a temperature screening, make sure you have a process in place in case somebody does show up with a high temperature. You don't want other people waiting in line to know, oh crap, that person has possible COVID symptoms. So make sure you're taking precautions to keep that sensitive information private. Educate your employees on symptoms. There's CDC posters that you can print out. Provide mask and hand sanitizers for your employees and throughout your business. Reduce the amount of visitors. The more people you have coming in and out of your business, there's a higher chance of exposure. And then check your break room for items that are high touch or could easily spread the virus, like water fountains, utensils, shared snacks. One of the offices I worked in, the utensils, they provided utensils, but they weren't individually wrapped. So you go and grab a fork, you might touch 4, 5, 6 other forks. So make sure you're providing, like individually wrapped utensils instead of unwrapped utensils. So, I kind of already mentioned this, but, you are required as a business to ensure a healthy and safe workplace. So try and remove as many hazards as possible. How much time do I have? 2 minutes? All right, we're almost there. So if an employee tests positive or exhibiting symptoms, don't allow them to return to work. What the Texas Department of Health and Safety has said is 3 days of symptom-free and 10 days after symptoms first occurred, their healthcare provider recommends it, or the employee has received 2 negative viral tests in a row with them being at least 24 hours apart. That employee, get a list of everybody they've come in contact with while they've been at work. Notify those employees that they could have been exposed and to self-isolate. Don't share the employee's name with them. Just let them know there's been an employee that you've been around, they're experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. You need to self-isolate too. You can have your employees tested. Arc Point Labs here in Fort Worth, they've got a 3-day turnaround on PCR viral test. Remember, antibody testing does not tell you if the employee currently has the virus. So antibody testing just says that they've been exposed to the virus sometime in the last 4 or 5 months. So not a helpful test. Then send out a communication to your staff notifying that there has been a positive case. Again, do not share the name because that's protected under the American with Disabilities Act. And then disinfect all areas the employee has had access to per the CDC guidelines. Since we're running out of time, we'll finish up. We've asked the employees for more feedback, but after reprimanding those who spoke up, none was forthcoming. Remember, if you ask your employees for feedback on stuff, appreciate that feedback. Don't reprimand them for it, because that's going to be the last time they speak up and try and share that feedback. That's it. Any other questions?
David?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great presentation. Thank you so much. I'd love to have a conversation with you about the part that you talked about, when a company will put in place some new guidelines or rules or what have you, based upon just one employee. I think that's a real problem. I'd love to have a conversation with you about that. And you did answer a question I had about the COVID-19 regards to not revealing the person's name that may have been exposed. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll shoot you a message afterwards, and
okay,
we'll set up something.
Cool.
All righty. Well, great presentation. I'll try to stay awake tomorrow morning, David, to see it, the whole thing. I'm sure you'll have more to expand on. But while I'm on the subject of him speaking at our Rotary Club tomorrow, if anybody else has a presentation they feel that they could give to a group, let me know. We're always looking for speakers on different topics in our Rotary group, and it's a community, and we like to hear more about what's happening in the community. And since you're my friends, I can refer you. Anyway, is there anything else anybody's got that they'd like to share before we call it a day? Well, all right then. I see a note from Paulette. I can't read it because I've got things in front of my screen here. But Paulette, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and tell what you wrote.
No, I was just going to say thank you, that I thoroughly enjoyed the group and presentations, and really appreciate you guys letting me sit in today.
Well, thank you, and hope you'll be coming back to visit with us. Anybody else?
I have a question, Dwayne, and that is, when we stop this, can we see the chat? Because like Dawad put the link on there, and when I tried to go to it, it took us away. So I'm not sure I have that link for his training.
That would be a Robert Blake question.
Dawad,
I'm here. I can email it to you, Becky. Also.
Okay, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Techie Becky sometimes doesn't find things on the old chat or something.
Just
What was
post it
the
in the
Robert Blake
group.
question? I missed it.
Going back and seeing if we can see some of the chats after the meeting.
There is a way. I've deleted old stuff, but I'll try to keep that this time. And I can send it to you if you need me to.
Robert, can you download that file at the bottom? It says file? Is that where you can download the chat?
Well, from my thing, y'all might be able to, but I know from mine, it gives me a chat list. And I unfortunately think that it even shows me the private chat stuff. So I've purposely not put that out there.
I know, guys, you can, while the meeting is going, so if you want to kind of wait till close to the end and then do it, you can save the chat, and it just saves as a file on your computer.
Oh, okay.
It's not very pretty and clean looking, but it is there if there's info that you want to go reference, because I've done that several times.
Wow, great.
Great.
Lots of different great minds working out there, letting us know how things work. Well, I hope everyone stays safe and well, and keep following the guidelines given by our health system and our county judge and governor and all that. Let's get over this coronavirus thing and get it behind us.
Cool.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing y'all next week. Have a good week.
All right. Take care.
Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
What's your number? I'll give you a call to chat about your self-test thing.
Yeah, 972-365.
Oh, hold on. All right, 972.
972-365-7010.
Perfect. I'll give you a call a little later today.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Bye. Going once, going twice.
Becky, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, are you going to be there tomorrow morning at the River Legacy?
I think I am. Yes.
I'm gonna be up in the area after 10 o'clock, probably in your area, probably closer to 10:30, 11. I can drop those gift cards by then.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you. Thank you. You have my cell phone number?
I don't know. Let me look.
Because, well, we'll be open tomorrow. We'll be open, so the gates will be open tomorrow.
Yeah, you can just tell them to put it in Becky's box.
Yeah, actually, I have to take a friend to a surgery recheck tomorrow at 10:30. So they'll put it in my box though.
Okay, go ahead and give me your cell phone anyway.
Okay, 817-819-2229.
Got it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
All righty. And Jennifer, thank you for getting Price to give me a call on the, or give me an email on the pricing for the Christmas lights. Appreciate that. No, she just walked away. Okay. See you all later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Robert. Bye.